My name's Tim Viouet, 18 years old. I play for Paris Saint-Germain and the US men's national team.
Je m'appelle Grace Gueyero, j'ai 20 ans, je joue au Paris Saint-Germain et je suis en équipe de France.
We did a little workout with Michael Johnson.
Pour savoir comment on posait notre pied, parce que c'est vrai qu'au foot, on se préoccupe plus du ballon et du terrain.
It pushes me to do well in my sport and hopefully be a legend like he is one day.
Hi, Mr. Johnson. Welcome to Paris.
Thank you.
In Montreuil. This is something that you know much than anyone. When I told to my friend I was meeting you, the first word was coming is legend, second champion. What is your definition of a legend and what is your definition of a champion?
Well, a champion is easy. I mean, a champion is, when you win and you're the best in the world and you win the championship, you are a champion. Legend is a little bit more difficult because I think that the legend is something that's not automatic. A legend is a title that other people bestow upon you. I can say that I'm a champion, but I can't say that I'm a legend. Other people can say I'm a legend, but I can't say that.
This is because you're humble.
Maybe, but I just don't think that you can call yourself.
Did you Google yourself? Because the name that comes after is legend.
Yeah, because someone else posted that online. Someone else says that. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. No, I like being, having that status. It's something that, I always wanted to be the best and one of the best ever of all time and become a iconic figure in my sport. But yeah, I think it's something that, you hope that others will consider you a legend.
To make people understand that you are a legend, do you remember just in your mind all your victories? Just
Yeah,
can you
I
say all
remember.
what you won?
I remember all of them because,
How many gold medals did you win?
12.
Legendary.
No, but each one of them, is special. You remember all of the work that it took, all of the, difficulties and sacrifice and struggle that it took to get there. And that difficulty and that sacrifice and that struggle is what makes it special.
You were born and raised close to Dallas in the early 70s. When did you realize that you had a gift?
When I was growing up in Dallas, I knew that I was fast because I was faster than most of the other kids. I was faster than a lot of the kids that were older than me. But I didn't recognize it at that time as a gift. I just knew that I'm just faster than everyone else. I wasn't able to, at that point, as a young kid growing up in, Dallas, in the inner city, in a poor neighborhood, I wasn't able to project forward that, yeah, this is going to take me to the Olympics. Nobody from my neighborhood ever went to the Olympics, so there was no reason for me to think I was going to be able to do that. I think that helped me because I wasn't thinking about, what's next. I wasn't thinking about the pressure of trying to get to this next status. I was just having fun.
It's hard to see, but I love to run. I really love that because when I'm running, I'm thinking much better. I'm always solving problems and some new questions are appearing. And I always wonder if a champion, a legend like you, was thinking when he was running.
Yeah, so it's very different type of thinking though. It's a very different type of thinking. So when you're running as a sprinter or any race, as a professional athlete, when you're running, you are executing a strategy, a race strategy. So you're thinking during the time about the strategy and you're focused on whether you're executing the strategy correct or not, if you are doing everything according to plan or if you need to make some adjustments. You're also having to focus on the competitors to see what they're doing and making decisions as to whether you make some changes in your strategy based on what they're doing. all of these things are happening. My race takes 19 seconds for 200 meters and 44 seconds for 400 meters. But even a 100-meter race that takes 9 seconds, you're thinking about all of these things. So it's very complex and it's very difficult. It's different from going out for a run, you know, which now I do. When I was a sprinter, I didn't do that. But now I will go out for, 3 miles for a run. And it's just like you said, it allows me to clear my mind, think about things, solve problems. It's very therapeutic. But when I was sprinting, no, it was very different, completely different situation.
Simple question, what were you the most addicted to, speed or victory?
I think at the beginning of my career, my professional career, the beginning, it was mostly about victory. I wanted to win. But I think after the first half of my career, then it became less about the winning because I knew that I was going to win the races. As long as I continued to work hard, as long as I continued to focus, I would probably win the races. It became more about just trying to run as fast as I can and break records, both of them.
And when you stop the high level, what is the hardest stuff?
I was really fortunate that during my athletic career, I was able to do all of the things that I wanted to do. So, and I was able to leave athletics on my own terms when I was ready to go. So it wasn't difficult at all. It was just, the next chapter, and I was excited about that. But again, I think the only reason I was able to be really excited about that and that transition was so easy for me is because I was able to do all of the things that I wanted to do in my athletic career. So I was satisfied with my athletic career. There wasn't something that when I left that I still wanted to do or that I hadn't done that I wish that I could.
When you started, and right now when you see the kids to start, do you think that the possibilities are bigger for them? Do you think that the man has evolved and is more fast when you see guys breaking new records?
I think it's the same as when I was competing because the thing is everything is still the same. You still have the competition, nobody's giving you anything. You have to beat the other runners. Only one person can be the winner. Yeah, it's the same.
You did a documentary. How did you decide to make a link between the story and of the slavery and your sport?
You look at the starting line, and we've all talked about this for many years of why is it that the sprinters that are African American and Afro-Caribbean are the ones that always dominate. And so the idea behind the documentary, Survival of the Fastest, was to speak with different sports scientists, historians, and see if they could come up with an answer that makes sense. I still don't think that anyone was able to come up with an answer that makes sense, but the idea behind the documentary was to listen to all of these different people who think they have the answer and present all of those answers to the viewer and provoke some thought with the viewers as well to see if they, which philosophies they agreed with, which ones they don't. For me personally, I didn't find that any of the people that I interviewed, and some of these people have been studying this subject for decades, I didn't find that any one of them came up with an answer for me that was compelling. There was elements of each, many of their philosophies that makes sense, but I still don't think we have a clear answer.
We can say that the guy who is running, watching always straight, made a documentary to watch his back and to go back into this history.
Yeah, I mean, and part of the motivation for me in doing that documentary as well was I've always been interested in history. My ancestors came from slavery, and so it was a learning experience for me as well. to look back and see what the experience has been of my ancestors and if that may have influenced anything, that I've, experienced in my life as an Olympic sprinter.
Did you made research about your ancestors?
Yeah.
Do you know where you come
yeah,
from?
Yeah, from Senegal. My ancestors come from Senegal. Yeah, which is really interesting. I think my ancestors were some sort of royalty, which makes sense, right? I don't know how true that is, but I'm going to always say that it was true that my ancestors came from royalty. It makes me feel good.
What I loved in your documentary is not the way to find an answer or not, is the way to talk again about the slavery, because the youth forget that.
Yeah, I think it's important that youth, that they understand, how we've got to where we are now, and something that has been made such an impact, especially on African American lives in a negative way, and it's going to still be, many, many years before that's no longer felt.
Athletes had always had a political power. We all remember this gesture at the Olympics. What are the images who touched you more?
Well, certainly the 1968 Mexico City Games with John Carlos and Tommy Smith with the Black Power salute was very, very powerful. I think, they were absolute heroes. They made a huge sacrifice and had to pay for it. It's pretty amazing when you think about it, that here you are, an Olympic athlete, something you dreamed about all of your life, and deciding that at that moment, when you can stand on the podium and it's all about you, to think about, there's something bigger than you. That's amazing. I think they're both heroes because of that. Of course, Muhammad Ali, another icon, gave up his career based on his beliefs. And then, Jesse Owens, 1936 Olympics, proving that, black people are great athletes and, sort of dispelling Hitler's, Aryan supremacy. It was an amazing moment.
And do you remember the time when the US had a black president?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do remember that. I long for those days. Yeah. He was a good president.
What do you think about the US now?
Obviously, we're losing some credibility in the world and standing in the world because, we're not showing the type of steady, and measured leadership and sort of this quiet, soft power that is much more effective, I think, than what we have now, which is more the boisterous, bombastic talk. People typically don't respect that in any setting, whether it's athletes or people, our president or who are leaders. People don't respect that. So I think we're losing some respect in the world right now, unfortunately.
I'd like to talk about the world because you traveled all around the world. I would like to know, what does it change in the heart of a man to meet humanity?
I think it's probably been the most educational experience of my life is the opportunity that I've had over the last 30 plus years of my life to travel around the world. It has helped me to understand the plight of people in different situations, the struggle. It has helped me to be more understanding of different opinions. From a very young age, I've been able to see how people in other countries and other cultures have been able to thrive with a completely different way of life than my own or in my country.
Have you been to Senegal?
I have not yet.
It's 4 hours from here.
Yeah, I'm going to get there one day, one of these days. I was supposed to go before and I couldn't go for some other reason, but I'll get there.
And what was your first cultural shock?
I've been to India many times, but I remember the first time I went, it was pretty shocking. So yeah, I've had lots of those experiences, but each one.
What was shocking in India?
India, the level of poverty was just absolutely shocking to me. It was, yeah, I had never experienced and never seen that level of poverty.
If someone should make a biopic about you, what could be the name of the biopic? I will say Dignity.
I'll take that. Yeah, I don't know. My life has been full of lots of different, I've been really fortunate. I've been just, I couldn't have asked for a better life. You know, I've been really lucky, really lucky.
Do you believe in luck?
Yeah, I believe in luck. I think that but you have to be prepared. Luck is, sort of you end up in the right place at the right time, but if you're not ready when you end up there, then the luck isn't going to do you any good, So yeah, I was very fortunate. Injury is a big part of sport. I was very fortunate that, I didn't have too many of them. So yeah, I mean, I believe in luck. Luck is, but I believe you can kind of make your own luck too. So I try to make my own.
Do you believe in God?
No.
No?
No.
You believe in work, in luck?
I believe that, good things happen to good people. You should help your neighbor, you should help other people. And I believe we should be understanding of our differences. You should understand and accept that everyone's not going to be like you. They may not have the same religion. Respect their religion. They're not the same color as you. They may have different customs. Respect that and accept that. We're all people at the end of the day. We live together, we get along, and if more people, I think, had that approach, I think the world would be a much better place. We all live in one world. We're all connected by the fact that we all live in this one world. We have to get along, we have to share.
I was wondering from your perspective as a champion, and I say it again, a legend, to you, what is the best of all time?
Jesse Owens. Just, because he was, one of the greatest athletes of all time. Just an amazing athlete. World records in 100 meters, hurdles, long jump, 200 meters. And to go into Berlin in 1936, into what was, when he got there, a hostile environment, towards anyone black. And for him to, be able to block that out and produce these amazing performances and win 4 gold medals. And by the time he's finished, the entire crowd is cheering him, and because they are now, doesn't matter that he's black anymore. Here's a human who's just an amazing athlete, the most amazing we've ever seen before. And being able to appreciate that's pretty powerful.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have one.
One kid?
Yeah.
How old is he?
18.
18? What is the most precious advice that you think that you gave him?
I think it's been being an example over the years. I don't think that you can really be impactful by saying something to a person one time. I think that seeing me over the years, trying to be a good person, trying to do what's right, making mistakes and working on, correcting my mistakes, and just trying to improve every day, trying to be a better person, trying to be better at everything that I do. And yeah.
This show is called Clique. What is your definition of a clique?
Is that a French word?
Yeah, but it can be what you want, just by the sound.
A very quick moment, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no
It
problem.
was an honor to speak to you.
Thank you,
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Three, two, one.
I have one surprise for you. Do you know Mr. Verratti?
I know of him.
He's a living legend too at the PSG.
No legend.
I tried
Small,
to tell
small
him that
legend,
earlier.
small.
I tried to tell him that earlier. That you can't say to yourself you're a legend, right? You can't say that.
C'est lui le légende. C'est pas moi.
Marco, est-ce que tu le connaissais?
Oui, je connaissais surtout avec l'histoire, parce que quand il a fait beaucoup de records, j'étais vraiment très petit, j'avais 4 ans.
Il veut pas qu'on l'appelle légende, mais est-ce que c'est une légende? Lui.
Oui, mais c'est bien, parce que ça veut dire qu'il est une personne très, très timide, qui aime son travail. Et quand tu aimes beaucoup ton travail, tu ne te sens jamais un légende. Mais pour les autres, je pense qu'il est un légende, comme il est pour moi, comme tout le monde.
On parlait de l'addiction à la victoire. Est-ce que toi, en tant que footballeur, on est aussi accro à la victoire?
La victoire, c'est un résultat d'un grand travail. Il ne faut pas toujours penser à la victoire tout de suite. Il faut penser à travailler. Quand tu travailles bien et tu as confiance en toi, sûrement c'est plus facile d'arriver à le résultat final que c'est une victoire.
Marco, je vais te demander de prendre ma place.
Oui.
Et que tu vas poser des questions.
Parfait.
Et je vais traduire, je vais juste être spectateur. You can say whatever you want, I translate.
All right.
Talk. Make your life, forget me.
C'était quel est le moment plus joli de ta carrière?
Having the opportunity to make history at the Olympic Games in my own country in 1996 in Atlanta.
Il a commencé. Oui, j'ai compris. Quand il a commencé, il voulait déjà faire l'athlétisme ou il a commencé avec autre sport et il voyait que autre sport n'était pas très bien, il a commencé avec l'athlétisme.
When I was 10 years old, I was playing American football, basketball, baseball, and athletics. Everything. Just always playing sports. And I was good at all of them. I was pretty good at American football. I was really good, but I didn't like it. I didn't like getting hit. So it was athletics. I ran in my lane. Nobody else, is going to come in my lane. So yeah.
T'as capté?
Oui, j'ai compris. Il a
Mais
fait
alors,
avant.
pourquoi tu veux que je traduise?
Non, parce que non. Mais tout m'aide. S'il y a quelque chose que. Les autres sports qu'il a fait, c'est tous des sports un peu plus collectifs. C'est quand la différence, c'est plus difficile faire des sports que tu es tout seul. C'est plus difficile pour la tête parce que tu es tout seul et tu sais que tu dois compter seulement sur toi. Par exemple, dans le football, un jour je suis mal. Il y a autre 10 qui me pouvaient gagner le match. Mais c'est lui le mal un jour, c'est fini.
It's very difficult when you're in an individual sport because, nobody can help you. It's only you by yourself. For me, team sports was very difficult. When I was playing American football, one game, I had a really good game, really good game, but we lost. I didn't like that.
C'est vrai, parce que comme ça, il dépend seulement de lui. S'il gagne ou il perd, il sait que c'est lui. Ça, c'est bien déjà. Et avec un sport comme ça, il est plus important d'avoir à tes côtés des personnes qui t'aident mentalement, ils t'aident à passer des moments plus difficiles.
As an individual athlete, you have a team still. It's just so a coach, strength coach, physio, manager, and all of these people are part of my team. And they all travel with me, so everybody has their role, everyone has their thing that they do, and we work together as a team. So it's still kind of like a team, but when it's time, the gun goes off, only I'm running.
Quand il a arrêté Il était content de toute la carrière qu'il avait fait ou il avait des regrets, des choses qu'il disait je pouvais faire plus, mais
I was happy because I had done everything that I wanted to do, and I was ready to move to the next thing. But also, I was actually being criticized sometimes by the media for not winning races by enough.
Mais ça, c'est pas important. Les médias, ils aiment qu'il gagne parce qu'il est fort. Ils s'attendent toujours plus, mais les médias, des fois, ils parlent beaucoup pour des choses qu'il ne faut pas écouter beaucoup. Yeah.
And I realized that afterwards. Later, I was like, but it's difficult to stay at the top for that long because of all of the scrutiny, especially so it's different in a team sport, everybody, the entire team gets, the attention and the manager, gets the attention. But when an individual, it's just you, so everybody is always, and when you're at the top, it's tough. But I was ready, so I was happy when I retired.
Il avait un légende, il y a un idole sur l'athlétisme.
Not really. I was
You.
what I wanted to do in the sport, I wanted to do some things that nobody had ever done before. So that's why I chose 200 meters and 400 meters, because nobody had ever done that.
Est-ce que toi, tu avais un modèle?
Oui, dans le football, c'est un peu différent. Tu vois déjà, quand tu es petit, tu vois, j'étais supporter de la Juve, j'avais Del Piero qui était un modèle. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is your model. Yeah?
Ronaldo is good.
Yeah. What
Oui,
did you like about Ronaldo?
qu'il est très vite. Quand il fait les choses, il est très vite.
Uh-huh.
Pour l'athlétisme, pour Atlética, Ronaldo is...
But with the ball, he's quick. Yeah.
Maintenant qu'il a arrêté tout, il ne manque pas la compétition, les choses comme ça.
No, I'm busy with a lot of other things, so I don't miss it. I miss the like if I'm at an athletics meet and I'm watching the athletes, I miss that part right before the race, before the gun goes off, and you're feeling nervous, kind of a little bit, but not really.
C'est pour préparer une compétition très important. Ils font vraiment beaucoup d'entraînement. C'est tous les jours, c'est vraiment un gros entraînement. Et après, il y a beaucoup de repos. Ou c'est vraiment dans toute la carrière que c'est vraiment un sport qu'il faut s'entraîner toujours.
You're training every day, but you can only do so much training in a day, right? And it's not so much the amount of training, but the quality of the training. And then as you get closer to a major competition, then you start to go less training. And then the day before, I don't do anything.
How much hour?
4.
4 hours?
3 to 4 hours.
Et toi?
Un peu moins. Dans
Oui.
le terrain, c'est à 1h30. Après, on fait beaucoup de prévention, on fait des choses avant, on fait des choses après. Mais l'entraînement sur le terrain, c'est pas beaucoup. C'est intense, mais pas beaucoup.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 hours is 2 hours on the track in the afternoon. That's when I would train. And then in the weight room, about an hour and a half in the weight room in the morning. Yeah.
Je me suis toujours demandé, pour moi, tu es le mec qui fait en sorte que le jeu évolue. Quand tu es sur le terrain, est-ce que tu es en même temps spectateur et acteur?
Non, je pense que déjà, ma position, c'est une position un peu différente parce qu'il faut savoir déjà qu'est-ce qu'il passe un peu après. On est en position où on est toujours attaqué d'un coéquipier, on est toujours attaqué d'un adversaire et il faut penser déjà avant. Et beaucoup de fois, avant qu'il m'arrive le ballon, je me regarde déjà pour savoir où je dois donner le ballon. C'est un peu une caractéristique que peut-être tous les milieux de terrain, il faut qu'il a parce qu'un contrôle vers l'apport adversaire, c'est un contrôle. Pour un qui ne connaît pas beaucoup, il pense que c'est pas important, mais pour nous, c'est très important.
Et est-ce qu'il y a un facteur humain? Parce que comme tu travailles avec tous les joueurs de l'équipe, est-ce que tu dois t'entendre avec tout le monde?
Oui, moi je suis un très tranquille. C'est surtout parce que j'aime vraiment ce travail. Et je peux avoir 1000 problèmes à l'extérieur de football, mais quand je rentre d'ici sur le terrain, c'est impossible que vous ne me voyez pas avec les souris. C'est pour ça que je m'entends avec tout le monde, parce que j'aime participer dans les vestiaires, tout. J'aime un peu tout le football.
Is it the same with you on a race?
Yeah, I mean, it's when you race, especially during the race, once the gun goes off, you don't hear anything else. You can't even hear the crowd. You just, because they're in a high level of focus. You're just thinking about the game at the moment or the race at the moment. And then once I cross the finish line, then I could hear everything again. But in that moment, during the race, nothing else exists.
Je pense qu'il a ouvert un centre sportif aussi pour tous les enfants et choses comme ça. S'il donne un conseil à un enfant, c'est celui de, avec la tête qu'il veut gagner, ou pour commencer de s'amuser, de passer du temps, puis après, un jour, on voit si on peut gagner.
We train athletes at all levels. For like the professional athletes, like we work with different football clubs as well, the professional level. For those athletes, it's all focus, it's about to win. You need to, as a professional, you want to be the best you can be. But with the kids, it should be about fun. Because for me as an athlete, when I was really young, I played all of these different sports. I was having fun, and that's what allowed me to stay with it, and keep playing sports because it was fun for me. When I got to be older as a professional, yeah, it's fun, but it's a job as well, which is just the best job in the world.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything else. I'm fortunate to have the best job in the world, but it's a job. If it becomes a job too early, then, because also when you're a kid, if it feels like a job but you're not getting paid, then they don't want to do it anymore. So it should be about fun for the kids. Unfortunately, in America, we have a really good system for developing athletes. Everybody plays sports. We have a really good system, but it's become, for a lot of kids, they get burned out. They don't want to play sports anymore because the parents and the clubs make it too serious too soon. So it's not fun for them, so they stop playing.
Marco is coming from a really small town in Italy.
Where?
Est-ce que
Pescara.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know of it.
No?
Yeah, I've never been there, but I've been all over Italy, everywhere.
Yeah?
I'm never there though.
It's very good Italy. For holiday or for job?
Both. Now for holiday, but when I was competing, I used to run in lots of places in Italy. In Padova, Rieti, where else did I run there? Sestriere. They used to have a meet up there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is very, very good.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk
Very
about.
good.
On est passé manger.
Let's make a competition. I know who won. What is the best food? American food or Italian food?
Italian food?
It's not even a comparison. No comparison. Italian food, yes.
What is your favorite Italian dish? What do you love most? And after Marco will give us dream talking about Italian food.
Yeah. Probably my favorite, carbonara.
Carbonara?
Yeah, carbonara.
Marco, c'est quoi pour toi le meilleur plat italien, le truc que tu préfères?
Moi, je suis d'accord. La carbonara, c'est un des plats que j'aime beaucoup.
Est-ce que tu as une recette de la carbonara de Pescara?
Ils sont vraiment, la carbonara, c'est une chose qu'ils font vraiment très, très différent. Toutes les villes, ils ont une recette. Un peu. Par exemple, à Paris, vous faites avec la crème fraîche. Dans nous, ce n'est pas crème fraîche. On fait carbonara, c'est pancetta, c'est uovo, et on fait comme ça de chez moi. Il est très bon. Ce n'est pas avec la crème, avec tout. Mais après, ils ont fait beaucoup de choses différentes. Toutes les villes, ils sont un peu différents. Rome, c'est la meilleure pour faire carbonara, pour manger carbonara.
Last question, you already gave an answer. C'est quoi ta définition d'une clique?
Un clique, c'est quand quelque chose te part dans la tête. Non, quand il commence un match, pour moi, c'est de rentrer pour 90 minutes, être un peu une autre personne. Dehors de la vie, je suis une personne un peu timide, très réservée. J'ai mes amis, je ne m'ouvre pas beaucoup à tout le monde. Mais dans le terrain, je deviens un peu le contraire. Et c'est ça peut-être le clic que j'ai dans ma tête.
Welcome to our clique. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, legend.
Yeah.